Hey, Auntie Fee about them facts. So look, we got Mr. Abdul Robinson. And this man right here is doing the unbelievable. He is testifying against his son. Get the gun and shoot. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? So all of these people talking about snitching and with everything going on, you got this man right here testifying against his son. There you go. Look. For the murder of Charles McCormick and Damon Rothamel. So there you have it. Father testifying against his son. And his son is rapper KSOO. I ain't never seen that one. And they both in the same gang. High profile murder case. KSOO. Little bug. He's accessory after the fact. Like that Shundalebarnett. This is the Shundalebarnett and Straight Drop. He Shundale. And his son is Straight Drop. Wow. He's facing 30 years to life. That's why he's testifying against his son. So they got him on, they call it murder rap. And somebody got, oh, he was talking in the video. I'm gonna have to let y'all hear this.
Rapper KSOO will testify against his own son in a very high-profile murder trial. This, according to brand new court records, first reported by First Coast News.
In a high-profile murder case.
Yeah, that's right. One family member testifying against another. That's a big deal. But in this case, in addition to being father and son, both are reputed members of a local gang that's typically ruled by the code of silence. 10-year-old Abdul Robinson Sr. has agreed to cooperate with prosecutors in a high-profile murder case in which both of his sons are charged.
Prosecutors
say that in January 2020, Hakeem Robinson, who performs under the name KSOO, murdered Charles McCormick, who went by the name Lil Buck. Robinson Sr. was charged with prosecutors in a high-profile murder case in which both of his sons are charged. Prosecutors say that in January 2020, Hakeem Robinson, who performs under the name KSOO, murdered Charles McCormick, who went by the name Lil Buck. Robinson Sr. was charged as an accessory after the fact in that crime and faced his own murder charge in a separate case.
So he got a whole nother charge.
Life, but if convicted, his cooperation with prosecutors could play a role. KSOO has helped popularize the genre known as murder rap, celebrating the violent deaths of gang rivals. He's also accused of the murder of Adrian Gaynor, aka Bibby, whose name appears in the viral music video Who I Smoke. Police and prosecutors say all three Robinsons.
So did you hear himself snitch? He wrote a song, name the person that he smoked. How dumb are you? How dumb are you? You know what? I guess you wasn't dumb at all. You just told on yourself. First of all, you shouldn't have been trying to kill nobody. Second of all, you sure should have did a dissing the dead. And third of all, name the person in the diss as someone you smoked. Off to jail you go.
as murder rap, celebrating the violent deaths of gang rivals. He's also accused of the murder of Adrian Gaynor, aka Bibby, whose name appears in the viral music video, Who I Smoke. Police and prosecutors say all three Robinsons are members of the gang known as ATK, or Ace's Top Killers. Now, Hakeem Robinson has pleaded not guilty.
ATK.
Jail records show that his dad has been moved out of the Duval County Jail, presumably for his safety. Back to you.
So this is Mr. Robinson's. Is it Robinson? Let me double check. Well, this is his own situation. Let's hear him talk himself right on into further trouble.
It needs to happen to stop the violence.
I think just as well as they're talking about bringing the National Guard in and all that, I think that that's going to be a challenge.
So his son was shot in the mass shooting.
In the streets, you know, doing what they do.
In the mass shooting, 6 were shot and 1 person died. The man who died was Robinson's 25-year-old son, Willie Addison, who was an aspiring rapper. News for Josh reporter.
And Tariq, there have been no arrests made in that mass shooting. Again, I spoke with the father one-on-one. He's killed, and his other son was shot and wounded. He's still in the hospital, but he says in no way, shape, or form did this family deserve this.
And killed after a rap event at Paradise Gentlemen's Club last month. He was in the truck with 5 other people. His dad, Abdul Robinson, was driving.
I guess 2 or 3 cars pulled up on the side of us, shot inside our car over 100 times, killed my son in the front seat, shot my son in the back, in the head 3 times, shot my nephew several times, a couple more passengers in there were shot several times, numerous of times. Move all the way from there. And I drove all the way from there to Memorial Hospital, shot in the back myself twice.
It's a story hard to imagine, but Robinson says it was reality and he had to act fast. He says he's been through a lot, including his own trouble in the streets of Jacksonville, but today he wants to clear the air.
Did 11 years in prison, got out 2009.
Oh my goodness.
Haven't been in no trouble with the law until a couple of months ago. Nothing serious.
Yeah, it's serious enough that you're snitching on your son.
We not getting the same treatment as a victim. Not saying the police not working or doing their job. I don't want to say that.
What Robinson is saying is that with Jacksonville having 22 murders in the first couple of months for the murder of his son,
I want justice for my son. I'm not.
This was a few years ago.
He got quote unquote. I'm supposed to have hits. I'm supposed to have hits.
There you go.
Justice for my son.
Yeah, but now you snitching.
They got quote unquote. I'm supposed to have hits. I'm supposed to have hits.
This is one of the guys that they were charged with murder. They ambushed him, leaving a job interview.
Who had just left a job interview. 23-year-old Charles McCormick, known as Lil Buck. Charles McCormick, known as Lil Buck, was ambushed broad day in a shopping plaza when he was shot down, stood over, and shot repeatedly with a rifle in front of the sheriff who was parked in the plaza.
Wow.
A violent man running with a rifle in one direction as 2 men held a woman hostage in her own home, changed into her husband's clothes, and made calls to be picked up. Hakeem Robinson,